No. Okay. I'm going to do countdown. Boom.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast.
Damn, Josh, you were fast. You must have alerts on or something. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to go to Linktree. Pin this. Thumb all links here. Let me see. Well, I got something special too, which is kind of interesting. Let me get settled, okay? Make sure. Morning, Christopher. 3 cups of coffee. Maya, you want coffee? It's a good idea. I say, Maya, you want coffee? And that probably means, hey, I'm gonna either have a cup of coffee now or later. So good morning, Wendy. This is, and Harold, this is the coolest thing ever, okay? I will say. Now, I'm on Canva, and I'm like, let me find out. I want to do a thing. I watched a YouTube video this weekend about creating thumbnails and stuff like that. And so I said, okay, let me take this picture, which is one of my stock pictures that I take, that I use. And I go over to Google Labs. And, well, not Google Labs. It's Google Nano Banana, essentially. And I said, hey, take this photo of a person and put them on Wall Street in New York riding a green bull with a hand in the air, And it came up with that, okay? That's so freaking cool. And then I said, it's not cowboy-like enough. So that is going to be the thumbnail today of today's video. I'm probably going to remove the background a little, or I'm going to put something. I mean, let me see what today's title is. The bull market returns. I need to put that up up there. But I mean, it's so cool. I just love AI and not having to learn freaking Photoshop, and that would have taken me hours to do, if not days. Until I end it on until 9 a.m. No. Wait, focus. Do not disturb on until tomorrow 7. Okay, that's good. Apple's giving me some mixed behaviors. Let's go back to core. Because what's the core? The core portfolio. I mean, Hood is up 3%. Congratulations to those that celebrate, because I wound up buying it on Friday. So I don't know if that's the right thing to do. It's the top performer in the core portfolio with Goldman Sachs. I mean, I can tell you the Webull portfolio, which I'm going to start out with, is up over 14 again, and it's all crypto. It's flying. But let me just renew some of these alerts. That some of my alerts expired over the weekend, and I'm just getting into Trendspider. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have to turn off AI. Okay. They want to come out with you. They wanted to come out. No rush. I didn't mean to, I meant I want coffee at some point. Okay. Sorry. Where are we? Q. I mean, we're going to gap up. Qs are flying. I mean, just good God. Good morning, Rob, Vacation Guy, Olga, Jacob, Larry. Anybody that signed up for Trendspider over the weekend, there were quite a few. I got some emails. I will get back to you. Absolutely. I didn't promote this. Probably should have, but is it still 4 days? I don't know. They've told me it's a Halloween sale. This is as good as you're gonna get. I mean, that's the thing. You know, it's a Halloween sale. And the key is this 52 trainings per year. Maya, I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. It's cold out. Here in Atlanta, it is 51 degrees. So, act now and get 1 month of Sidekick Basic for free with your plan. I don't even know what Sidekick Basic is. Let's see, what is Sidekick Basic? Trendspider Sidekick Basic versus Premium. Let's see. No, that's just that one. Okay. Sidekick. Data. Oh, there we are. Oh, 100 messages. Wow. You get 1 month of that. Wow. Coffee. It's instant. And I'm a guy who will drink hotel coffee, good coffee. Like when I go to an Italian restaurant and they've got coffee afterwards, that's like my favorite. Best coffee I've ever had was in Guatemala at a coffee plantation. But this is just an instant coffee that's actually pretty good. I don't like this comes in a glass bottle. It's kind of, one of those things where it's probably my own sense of craziness, but I don't know. It is what it is. I thought this was cool, by the way. This is an earnings calendar from Seeking Alpha that we'll look at, but I do like I still do like, wow, it's really raining.
For the last 17 months, I've put my own money in.
Let's see. I think where is it? There it is. Okay, we'll use that one. This was cool. This was comparing Schwab, Fidelity, and Vanguard. Olga, I have decided I am no longer addressing haters. I will be simply saying serenity now. This was super interesting if you didn't hear this news, Mr. Beast is doing an online banking and cryptocurrency venture. That's huge for things like Robinhood and SoFi, which have younger folks. Steve is outlining his data center play. We will go over that because there's a few of them that I like that I don't have investments in. I will give you a Fed trade. If interest rates go down, we'll give you a Fed trade, literally a Fed trade, and we'll chart that one out. The earnings day by day. This is just a great, if you want kind of, hey, here are the earnings and what to expect and stuff like that. I mean, just Seeking Alpha outlines it so well. And the big tech earnings, I mean, this is going to be the market. Like we've been saying, it's the economy, it's the Fed, and it's earnings. And you've got the economy with a China deal coming up. You've got lower inflation. Let me see. On the hunt for the next NVIDIA. I think I want that one. So we're gonna, I don't want to, I opened up Safari by accident. We're gonna take this and put that there. Let's see. Is this the right one? Open with. Yes, okay. And we've got that. I thought there was an interesting thing that I'll pull up. This is from Goldman Sachs, short squeeze, macro curve. I'll read the quote that I found interesting on this one. Small caps could be getting ready for a resurgence. We'll look at the chart on that one because that's kind of interesting. I mean, Russell 2000 broke out, pulled back. Now it's breaking out again. And yeah, this week is going to be insane. I mean, just insane. And I kind of outlined it here. We'll talk about China because Trump is basically saying, hey, China, a deal is likely bullish. And I gave subscribers of the newsletter something for free. So we will talk about it. That's everything, by the way. That's the whole show. There will be a lot. I was going to address the haters and call them crayon eaters, but we'll stick to the program. There we go. Okay. I don't even know. I haven't even looked at my. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let me see if this is my personal one. We'll go to live. There I am. See what my screen looks like. Okay, the sound's off. Screen looks okay. Yeah, you can see enough. Yeah, okay. There's all the chat. Interesting. Okay, I can literally hear the rain. God, I hope I don't have a leak in my roof. And I hope power stays on. Just if you're in Georgia, I am going to vote today on that Power Utilities Commission. So just a reminder, if you're in Georgia, go and look up the Utilities Commission vote because it's important you get out there and vote. I hate that 5 Republicans, and FYI, I would say the same thing. If 5 Democrats were on the commission, and we were charging almost 20% higher than the national average with Georgia Power. And the Democrats allowed that to go through. I would say, vote them out. But it just so happens in this state, there's 5 Republican commissioners who have allowed, and we still have a special bill, a line item for the nuclear plant that went, what, $9 billion over budget? A person right down the road with EMCC, East Cobb Power, pays, I think, about 25% to 30% less for their power than I do. And I don't get a choice. It's Georgia Power. And power should be a utility. So I'm not arguing that. I just argue that the people who allow Georgia Power, and it's Southern Company, that's a public stock. I should have been buying it, because if we look at that, how this company in particular, again, look at this chart. Hello. Let's see, the high in 2020 after, right before COVID, 69. It's not soaring, but morning, Ryan. I'm gonna hit record now. And for those that didn't see it, I mean, I know there's most people. Let me go to Nano Banana. And is bananas. Let me see. How do I get in there? That's what I want to do. No, I want Nano Banana. Oh, come on. I don't want... No. I have to bookmark that. Okay, we're just going to go from the beginning. YouTube.com. We're going to go to history. So you're going to see what I played. And then this one. And we're going to down here. And you can find Nano Banana right here. And I'm going to bookmark this. We're going to bring this down right there. Cool AI Studio. And for those of you that didn't see it, I pulled up Nano Banana. I basically said, okay, here's a picture, one of my stock photos. And I said, take this person, put it on Wall Street. I didn't like the green arrow. I wanted myself riding a bull. So then I took out the green arrow and I said, hey, put in the Fed building in Washington, D.C. and the coup d'etat, the ultimate. This is going to be the thumbnail today, me riding a green bull. Oh, it's the tool under the chat bar. I don't use Gemini much. I am much more familiar with Perplexity and ChatGPT. But I think that's like old people using Venmo instead of Cash App. So, but that is the coup d'etat. And so that's going to be the thumbnail today. Okay. So let's go back to QQQ and then I'm going to hit record. Okay, hold on. I got to close that door so I don't get a copyright strike. Oh. Okay. I think some of her piano playing gets me a copyright strike, unfortunately. The good news is we're getting a baby grand piano. Whoop, whoop. So Gary's going to be a piano star. And by the way, I'm a Giants fan. And this mug is simply because I should be my Wall Street Bets mug. But this mug is simply when I moved to Atlanta from Florida, 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago, my friends decided to put an Atlanta basket together for me as a going away present. And so, yeah, welcome to soup season, by the way. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, October 27th. You're waking up to probably a gap up in the market. If you're waking up right now, I am. It's 8:52 as I record this. We're going to go over why Wall Street's flying. Crypto is going nuts. AI watch lists, which I kind of told you about, what I gave you, blah, blah, blah. Bull market signs. We're going to go over the economy. We're going to go over earnings. And we're going to go over the Fed. All of that happening this week. So we'll go over a lot, including a Mr. Beast bank. I'll kind of push that out there as well. But let's look at the Qs first. Here's Trendspider. This is my preferred charting program. And you can see on my screen, by the way, it's just Bollinger Bands, it's moving averages, it is RSI, it's MACD, it's all the indicators. These are things you should know. It's a sliding volume. I can take this particular volume slider right here and move it back and forth, so I can move it back here and these volumes change. So I like to look at this. I like to see, okay, where is QQQ? Are we within a volume section? Yes. People have been buying up here. That's what it tells me. It tells me that, hey, people are buying the dip. And as we've gone sideways since September 22nd, people have bought any dip down. So last week I posted Barron Trump's photo along with a crypto wallet that had a 100% win rate, a story. It was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. People think that it's Barron Trump's wallet. He maybe knew something was brewing. And I can tell you today, okay, my Webull account, which was lagging down at about $12,000, we're at $14,000. It's all ETHA, it's NVIDIA, it's IBIT, it's all the movers. I'm going to give you a mover later. But today, what I'm going to give you, on Friday, I went over how I used AI. And by the way, if you ever need the newsletter, it's right here. I used AI to build a watch list, why you shouldn't follow my trades, risk and strategy. Well, that AI watch list, I gave you links to them, okay? You can get a free 7-day trial of Seeking Alpha Premium. This is the watch list that I built. I went in and I asked Grok, hey, what are the trending stocks? Well, I gave you that list in Trendspider. You can literally import it into your Trendspider setup if you just click on this link right there. So again, a watch list is important for times like today. We're going to gap up. Do you want any of these? If we go over to Seeking Alpha and I look at this Grok Twitter profile and I look at stuff, we can see most of these were up on Friday. Netflix was down, Tesla was down, J&J was down. But there were some big movers like Coinbase that was up 9%, IBM that was up 7%, AMD was up 7%. Again, it's a way to take a look at a market and find stocks to trade. What I did was I included the quant formula. And what's 4.56? It's ETH. This is Grayscale Ethereum Mini Trust. Now, this was up 1.7, but today, if we go and look at this, in pre-market, it's up 5.47%. So again, if you had that watch list, maybe you looked at buying that. It's just me giving back, saying, hey, here's the stuff that I'm working on. And it's starting to feel like a bull market again. We're going to go over, okay, first thing is the economy. Trump announced and his administration announced that the China deal is likely and the TikTok sale is likely this week. We've been talking about this. China deal is big for this economy. It's going to push the market up. you're going to start seeing charts move up. Starting next week, you're going to start getting companies buying back their stock. You've seen this stock market as a buy the dip kind of market with a ton of money on the sidelines. We've gone through the seasonality. Okay, we talked about, let's just look at the seasonality of QQQ. We'll go back to 2000. We've talked about how August wasn't a great month, just average. We talked about how September was one of the worst months of the year with a mean change over the last 26 years of -2. Boy, did we see a dip? No, we didn't. We talked about October being a positive month, but nothing great, but November being the best month. So we've seen volume picking up. We've seen a Fed rate cut this week and a China deal. And by the way, add to that, if for some reason the government starts open again, you're going to get a boom. And what do you have coming up in November? You have Black Friday and holiday season. So it's all brewing for a bull market. And I put this out on Friday. You've got mega cap earnings. Will they be good enough or better? That's what we're going to talk about. The Fed meeting coming up, you know they're going to cut. And also, you know Trump is going to put someone in the Fed chair that will get rates down to 2%. Don't fight the Fed. Go and Google it. Go and talk to AI about that saying. Then you've got China trade. You know it's going to be a victory announcement. You knew that when he's going over there to meet with Xi. He's not coming back and saying, yeah, they're not buying soybeans. He's coming back and pointing out winners because he doesn't want this to be a loser. Okay? Then you had QQQ. August was up 2% on the month. September up 7%. October so far is up 3%. If you just pull up this, again, this is why I want you to have charts, be able to pull up a monthly chart. We haven't had a down month since March. It's a bull market until it's not. And this week is going to be absolutely insane. Wednesday, you have the FOMC decision announced, and you have Jerome Powell's press, and you have Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, and Google. It's going to be insane. And I want to point out in the newsletter and on this podcast, okay, in the newsletter and on this podcast, I had said, hey, TQQQ, November is not a bad time. It's actually seasonally the second best month. We play this all the time in July. Why? Because the mean change over the last 16 years has been 12% in TQQ. So we buy it in June and then we sell it along somewhere in July for a gain. Well, I said in October, that might be a good strategy. And I pointed this out. So when did you buy it in October? Because we just had here September 4th, it was on this run. That's a nice 8% gain. And then in October, it took a little dip, okay, around 102, got you in at 108. By the way, today, it's at 114. So find an entry in this and play it for November. Again, seasonally, it's the second best month of the year. And how are you going to enter this? Well, I'd say you have a strategy. Find one. Use Sidekick, okay, in Trendspider. If you don't have Trendspider, go to Linktree, linktr.ee/dailystockpick. The URL is right on the screen, okay? And the top link leads you to Trendspider, and they are having a phenomenal Halloween sale. Now, you can get premium for the price that you normally pay standard. It's about the same. You save up to 55%. I point people towards the advanced if it's within your budget. And the reason I point people towards the advanced is the bottom portion, okay? 52 trainings per year. You get a one-on-one Zoom session with a product expert once a week if you want. If you want to just take 52 days and do it every day, you can do 52 days of it. But that works out to an amazing price. Again, $96 a month. Divide that by 4 because you got on average 4 weeks in a month. And if you're going to do it, again, that's under $25 per training session. And you get Trendspider for free. And FYI, they're throwing in Sidekick Basic. Everybody gets 25 messages a month. Okay? This is an additional $50 value that they're throwing on. It is on sale. Go and sign up for an annual plan and you'll get my 4-hour algorithm. I use the 4-hour algorithm exclusively for all of my stuff. In fact, I'll bring up on Friday, I got an alert for a stock I wanted to add to, and you can see it right here. And yes, I added to it, and it's up 3% in pre-market. It's Robinhood. Was it a great thing to buy on a Friday? Probably not, but I got the alert. And I love this 4-hour algorithm. It doesn't beat buy and hold on Robinhood, but I'm looking to build up a position in Robinhood. And when I look at the results down here on the bottom right, I see over 24 months, there are 20 positions. So it's not like you're trading every day. It just so happens there were 3 alerts, okay? But it wins out of the 20 times it takes a position. It wins 20 times. You have earnings coming up. If you don't think that there is some degenerate risking his entire IRA on the prediction markets, on the Jets winning yesterday against the Bengals, you're just not looking at the potential of this stuff. Because I think Robinhood is one of the best and most aggressive plays out there. Now, here's the thing. Seasonally, we can go back and look at this. Let's go back. The last 4 years, this is a horrible time to buy Robinhood. You can see May, but this is 4 years. So it's only 4 times. So I don't take the seasonality of Robinhood into effect there. I do think, by the way, small caps will get a run. And they're just getting started. The bull market in small caps appears to just be getting started. This is from Trendspider, okay? This is the squeeze. It's this is a monthly chart. And it's saying, hey, the squeeze is starting to happen. So IWM, not bad. 4-hour algorithm makes you 50%. So if you're trading this one, why not make 50% instead of buying and holding over the last 2 years where you make 42%? It's not a bad one. We can see that trend line right there. We can see anchored at COVID where we're just starting to break that trend again and get out and break above this 244, which was a previous high and a resistance. Is this breaking out? Well, I've been saying my play on small caps, it's the Alpha Picks portfolio. I love this one. It has beaten SPY for the last 3 years. IWM has underperformed SPY for the last 3 years. Let's just go and look. We'll look at IWM. We'll go to the charting, and then we go over the 3 years. Look at that. IWM up 43%, but SPY is up 78%. And when you look at Alpha Picks performance, it's 251% up until October 16th. It's up even more. I've been in this for just over a year. I have been extremely happy. How do you get Alpha Picks? You go to Linktree. Okay, the second link is the bundle. This is the one I always suggest. You'll see me go over some stocks with the quant rating. That's Seeking Alpha Premium. The second portion of the bundle is Alpha Picks Portfolio. Go to Linktree, find the tool that you like. But again, maybe this is the time when small caps outperform. Typically when the Fed, go and ask an AI agent, go and ask Perplexity. When the Fed lowers rates, do small caps outperform? Just ask it. Have a conversation. And the rest of the year could be crazy. Okay? My prediction, something like last year, And I'm pretty good at predictions. If you go and look at the newsletter, you can actually look up my 2025 predictions. And I think I'm 100% right at this point. If not, like out of the 6 predictions, I think I got 5 right. There's a lot. But my prediction is something like last year. You're going to see people not selling into the fourth quarter because they want to pay capital gains in 2026. So if you're starting to see a buy the dip mentality, that means buyers are showing up, but sellers aren't there. And Goldman says short squeeze, calm macro, curb quality stocks rebound. Goldman Sachs sees limited term upside for high quality stocks. This is their thing. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is at the end. Goldman sees limited near-term risk for high-quality stocks given stretched valuations, resilient short interest, and a macro backdrop that favors cyclicals over defensives. However, the strategists suggest that recent underperformance may have created opportunities to accumulate select quality compounders at more attractive price points. And I want to point something out to you that it was pointed out to me, and I thought this was amazing. Okay, let's bring up a company like Oklo. Okay, and we will look at Oklo, and we will look at their financials. They have absolutely no income. No income. It's all expenses. And I want to point out, their market cap is $20 billion. Okay? You are paying for the future. That makes sense. But go and ask AI what the market value of the Dallas Cowboys franchise, the most popular, the Yankees franchise. It's not $20 billion. I would much rather have a sports franchise and buy into something like that has continued revenues than Oklo and risk it. So that's what Goldman Sachs is saying. Hey, there might be some extension of these types of names that may go a little crazy, but you're going to have to deal with that volatility. But again, that's going to be where the tools come into play is, hey, let me find good stocks with good management, good profits, and good products. Okay? And here you go. One of the alpha picks, by the way, that I bring up is APP. And Trendspider, again, using the tools that you have on the hunt for the next NVIDIA. Trendspider went in there and said, hey, can you find me a stock that matches NVIDIA's 2021 profile? So let's just, if you didn't know, NVIDIA had one of the greatest runs from 2021. Okay? 2021, November, it was up here at $32. Now that may seem like, oh my God, that's so cheap. Well, by the time you got to 2022 in October, it was down to $11. That's more than a 50% retracement. That's a big retracement, 64%. Could you sit through that? Because now, not only did you have that 60%, that was an opportunity. This is a 428% gain. 428% gain over 3 years. Let's find a stock that fits that type of profile. APP got a perfect score. This is an alpha pick. Explosive growth, fat margins, and expanding profits. So maybe APP is fitting that one. AppLovin. We've talked about this one, how this one dipped down and it was a buying opportunity. And even here in February, where you had this dip and then it took off, and it's not at all-time highs. The all-time high is $745. It's trading at $620. And if you go and look at the, hold on. What? Do you have to go out? Okay, go on. Oh. Sorry about that. If you go and look at the quant rating of this, it's a hold. Well, why is it a hold? The only difference is the revisions. And we've seen short interest come out, but when you go and look at this revenue down, revisions, blah, blah, blah. When do they have earnings coming out? It's coming out, let's see, November 3rd. So you got next week. Hold on. I didn't know you were under there. Okay. Neither one of you is coming back in. Oh, now I got to change the camera. Now I got to edit this. So app loving that again. I got interrupted several times, but it's edited. It's out of there. But app loving. There's another one. Sidekick flagged FTAI. What's FTAI? I have no freaking idea. But the chart looks good. Chart looks like a cup and handle. This is FTAI Aviation. Industrial, trading companies and distributors. What do? Let's go down and look at the description. Aviation acquires, sells aviation equipment for transportation of goods. Let's look at its market cap. Is it good? Well, it's an $18 billion market cap. Year to date, this is up 26%. Over the last month, it's only up 0.88%. Its Wall Street price target is $216. That's a 20% upside. Okay, you look at the valuation. It's stretched. The valuation is stretched. It doesn't have a PE. And its PEG ratio isn't there. Don't love it. But again, if you're trading that one, maybe it makes sense. The chart setup is good. Again, understand what you're getting yourself into. And what we have coming up, we have an amazing week of earnings. It's going to be a crazy week. Amazon, Google, Microsoft likely to benefit from stable, healthy cloud spending. They are pushing for a move higher. I have said this before. Amazon is the lagging Mag 7 stock. I like it getting back to that 242. Just understand, if you're going to buy it today, it's at 228. Your upside, until it breaks through 242, that is going to be resistance. We've seen it. It popped down from here back in February to April. It popped up here. We haven't seen it push above that. But if you look at Amazon on the quant rating, it's a hold. This was actually a strong buy up until just a few days ago. What's changed? Well, the valuation changed. It's a bit stretched, but you look at the revisions, everybody's bringing their revisions up. There's only one that's bringing it down. And when you look at this one's valuation, the valuation is the only one that's bad. The PEG ratio is under 2. That would fit Peter Lynch's style. So again, find the stocks that you like. That is a top 5 position for me. The top 5 are Amazon. Apple's by far my largest. Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Those are 4 of the top 5 in my portfolio today. And it's clear, big tech earnings will steer the U.S. stocks through year end. What you hear in this particular earnings period is going to push the market for the rest of this year, because there's 3 things in the market. There's the economy, there's the Fed, and there's earnings. Pricing at these valuations, they will need to push higher and higher earnings or higher and higher growth. Meta, I have brought this up before. I think Amazon and Meta are the 2 best opportunities in this market of the Mag 7. So if you want earnings, again, this is a great look at earnings. It goes day by day and what to expect. And it gives you everything, like SoFi Technologies. We'll go over at the end of this podcast exactly what earnings I'm looking at, because I have a personalized earnings calendar here in Seeking Alpha. You can see right down here, earnings calculate. It's right there, the calendar. It does it for me perfectly. So I can say, oh, okay. Now we have the Fed, and the Fed's expected to cut rates this week. So I was watching a little video today or this weekend, and somebody said, I don't know who it was, but they said BLV. And this is a stock. This is Vanguard Long-Term Bond, BLV. Let's look at it here. BLV. There it is, Vanguard Long-Term Stock. So it's like an ETF. Let me see, BLV. Pull it up. There it is. It's got the quant says sell. Why? Because rates have been bad. And I saw this one when I was looking it up. So I went to Perplexity. I said, if interest rates go down, is BLV a good investment? It says yes. Bottom line, if the Federal Reserve begins cutting rates, especially from current high levels, BLV is likely to see both capital gains and steady income, making it a strong tactical or medium-term play for investors expecting a bond rally. However, it's best held as part of a diversified fixed income portfolio. So am I looking to trade this one? I don't know. I mean, it's yield 4.48. That's more than I'm getting in a high yield savings account. And if you look at year to date, it's up 5%. So not only are you getting that 4.48, but you're getting 5%. Why? Because it's a long-term bond strategy. So as rates come down, these guys hold the long term. So you're still getting that 4.48%. It's just a thought process. Just a thought process. But if you don't like bonds, which I typically don't like, hey, Steve is telling you, these are the ones that are powering the data center. And he gave you picks. It's Applied Digital. We can go look at Applied Digital. This one, year to date, up 337%. The next one in that article is PSTG, Pure Storage, which I brought up. I brought up before. This one, up year to date, it's 52%. One that I haven't brought up that Steve does a great job of analyzing in that article is Johnson Controls. This one might be the best opportunity. It's 43% year to date up. But the quant rates this one as a strong buy. Maybe it's good. Hold on. No. Go. We're going to put you out here. Okay? Your bed's out here. Sorry. The dogs are at the door. And MK says, yeah, no issue with the copyright. Sorry, the dogs are in a panic. It's thundering outside. So JCI, Johnson Controls. Let's take a look at maybe the 4-hour algorithm. JCI. Let's look at this one. Does the 4-hour algorithm work? Not great. Wins 40% of the time. But maybe that leveling off as they report earnings on November 4th, maybe that's a good opportunity. Now, I want to warn people about holding any kind of financial stuff because it's been reported that Mr. Beast is actually filing for an online banking and cryptocurrency venture. If you know anything about Mr. Beast, he's a great businessman. I actually like him. I think it's going to affect Robinhood and SoFi because that's his audience. But he's going to get people on that platform. Here's the other thing. It's also going to push crypto. And in my mind, I think that's the biggest thing of this. I'm not scared about Hood. I'm not scared about SoFi. I think he's bringing more people to crypto. So I'll leave it at that. I don't exactly know what you want to buy. Go and have a discussion with AI about it. But for me, it's a big one. Now, this particular video was great. This guy did a look at Schwab, Fidelity, and Vanguard. Spoiler, Fidelity is the clear winner. One of the main things for me with Fidelity is that I can buy fractional shares. So with Alpha Picks, I usually need to buy fractional shares. If a stock is trading at $100, but I want like $800-900, I want to be able to buy fractional shares. Schwab, for some reason, still limits fractional shares. I have no idea why. They limit. And I stopped using Thinkorswim. They have a great platform with charting called Thinkorswim. For me, it was bloated. It didn't work. I love having Trendspider. Even Fidelity has Active Trader Pro, which I used for quite a while. But it's just bloatware on the computer. I didn't like it. It lagged. The browser-based charts for me work the best. But between these three brokers, they're serving 99% of everybody that needs something. Now, I will tell you, I have Webull. I have Robinhood. I needed something. My friend needed something from Fidelity. She was able to call up, get a clear answer. And that's where Fidelity really beats the others. It's customer service. And he goes over all of this. So if you're interested in a broker, I'm not selling any brokerage service, but I wanted people to know there are three main brokers and what their pluses and minuses are. And this just does it really, really well. So this video will be in the newsletter today. And I thought this was great. If you've got Seeking Alpha and you've got your own personal earnings calendar, I like it. But here's a great earnings thing. This is great. I mean, this just puts it right in front of you for it. I like this. You know, we've got Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's an earnings calendar, and you can see everything. Wednesdays is the big one, by the way, with Microsoft, Google, Meta, Cap, Now, ServiceNow, Boeing, Verizon. And then Thursday, you have Apple and Amazon. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be huge for me. And I do like, if I go, I pull up here. I pull up Seeking Alpha and I go down here. I can see which stocks I actually have in my portfolios and which ones show up. So I like these. Let's talk about some of the stocks, because I also like Earnings Hub. And you can see Earnings Hub with all of this. I was using Perplexity, by the way, to ask about Earnings Hub, to ask about earnings opportunities. Again, using the tools that I have. But here's the personal list. Monday, today, we have Celestica, everyone's favorite alpha pick, top 2025 stock. This is a stock, if you had Seeking Alpha and you were here in January and you had this, they picked it as a top stock on January 15th. Now, you may have bought here January 15th at 127 and endured that 77% downturn, but you've enjoyed this 272% boom. Yes, I bought at 77, but they report today after the bell. Tomorrow, what reports tomorrow? Bloom Energy, which I thought was interesting. Bloom Energy, they are expected earnings per share 5 cents. Last time they reported 10 cents. Now, I will tell you, Bloom Energy has a huge short interest. 16% short interest. Year to date, this is up 396%. Over 1 year, it's up 1,100%. Bloom Energy is just a monster. If they report good earnings, expect a short squeeze to happen. The 4-hour algorithm had you in at $20. If you bought Bloom Energy on the 4-hour algorithm, you're up 482%. Boy, these prices don't look that expensive for a strategy that just made you 482%. It's a good one. Another one that reports, let's see, they report on Tuesday, is STX. STX on Tuesday reports, I alerted paid subscribers to buy here on the 4-hour algorithm at 155. This one has run up. STX, I think it's still a hold. No, it's a strong buy in the quant. It's still a strong buy in the quant. It's one of the top ones. I brought up some, Pure Storage. That was when Pure Storage was out. I said, hey, one of the best storage companies, there's two. There's Western Digital and there's STX. And then SanDisk is another one. So this one, I published this one in August. SoFi is announcing earnings, okay? SoFi is a hold in the quant. Why? It's expensive. It's expensive at 90 times forward earnings, even with the growth. But this one could pop. Again, 52-week range, you're up at $30. Do I expect it to break that? I don't. But you can always trade this one. And let's see, SoFi. Let's see how those that long-term holders know. I like this one on a weekly basis because I liked this, and then it just broke out. And you can see on a weekly basis, we've got a MACD cross down. We've got the RSI down at 71, but you've got increasing volume. Now, from a 4-hour algorithm standpoint, it trades almost. You make 196%. That's pretty good. Got you into 28. Would I be buying at 28? No. One that I like that's reporting on Tuesday is UNH. Understand, this is still a beaten down stock, but it could get hurt with any warning. Why? Because last earnings period, they announced at $279. It dipped down to $246. I think I bought it $280 something when Buffett bought it. So I'm still in the money on this one at $363. I expect it to get back to $450. It's a long-term play. Again, thesis is out there. Then Wednesday, you have Microsoft, Meta, Google, even Melly, which way back when, I think it was a few months ago, I asked Perplexity, hey, Amazon and all of these Mag 7s are ones that really, traded higher. What's a couple of stocks that fit that profile, like a Sidekick just did for NVIDIA and came up with AAPL? Melly is one that could make $5,000 into $1 million is what it said, because it's got that type of profile. And we've seen it trade under this range. Is it an opportunity to buy around that 2020? Is that providing enough support? If that gives up on support, my assumption is you're getting down between $1,500 and $1,700. So risk reward, just understand, these are just guesses. These are supported by some volume sliders. If we just move this back to when it hit all that all-time high, you'll see these volume sliders. Again, where's the next volume? Big volume down, $1,600. So it's a risk. And Thursday's my Super Bowl. Why? Apple. 50% of my portfolio comes up. They're doing well. They have pumped. That $260, it is a resistance. This was December of last year where nobody was selling. And then it tanked, and we've run back up to that. Is it expensive? Hell yeah, it's expensive. For the amount of growth that they have, this is an expensive stock. The growth is a D. Why? It's 5%. The valuation's an F. Why? You're trading 35 times forward earnings for 5% growth. But they put off billions of dollars in actual gains. So it's one that I'm willing to hold on to. Risk reward, I'd rather have this than a savings account. That's just the thought of it. Then you've got Amazon, you've got Coinbase, you've got MicroStrategy, you've got Reddit, you've got Cloudflare. Friday is oil's big day. We're seeing oil getting taken down, but is it going to come back? And those guys, Exxon and Chevron, they're only going to make money when oil is big. And then next week, you have huge earnings. You have Palantir. You have HIMS on Monday. You have Novartis. That's all Monday. Then you've got Hut, and you've got a bunch of others, Shopify, Uber, Spotify. You've got Hood, Qualcomm, IONQ. You've got SoundHound. You've got Airbnb. You have EOSE, which is a big shy play. You've got a bunch of earnings. This is the Super Bowl of earnings. So understand exactly what you're holding. Understand and get the tools that you need. Again, if you want my tools, the bundle that I suggest is Trendspider. Get it on sale now. This is as good as Black Friday pricing. That is the deal. You've got 4 days to do this, and they're giving you Sidekick Basic, which is 100% messages, free for a month. Sidekick is the AI platform. And then once you get Trendspider, go back over here and investigate. Do you want premium and Alpha Picks? Alpha Picks is just a great portfolio. And if you just want premium, you can get a free 7-day trial on that one. But I suggest you get the bundle. Why? Because you save over $150. Now, if you have any questions, hit me up. Linktree is where it's at. linktr.ee/dailystockpick, or just sign up for the newsletter and you can reply to the email if you want. But if you have any questions, reach out. I will talk to you tomorrow. See you. Bye. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, I don't. Schwab just wouldn't fit my. I had Schwab. I didn't like Schwab. Even though I'm high net worth, they just were not interested in me as a customer is the first thing that I found. And then the next thing that I found was oh, why is this? Hold on. Why does that not have? Okay, where's my Finder window? Done. What the hell is going on? There it is. I don't know what happened to that. Desktop. Sorry, I've got to edit this together. That's going to be the first one. That's going to be the second one. That's going to be the third one. Oh. And then that's going to be the fourth one. There's a lot of editing involved. Okay. First off, we're going to do... Wow, it's really raining. I think this particular show got screwed up with the interruptions, but we'll see. I thought it was going to be a killer show.
Good morning.
There we go. And then I've got to, let's copy. And then paste adjustments. All. There we go. We're going to expand this out.
At the, oh, and look at the, $8. And if you go and it's trading at $620. And if you go and look, if you go and look at the quant, and if you $20. If you go and look at the quant rating of this, it's a hold. Well, why is it a hold? The only difference is the revisions, and we've seen short interest.
Okay.
So November 3rd. So you got next week.
Boom.
So app 11. That again, I got interrupted. So you got next week. I got interrupted several times, but it's edited. It's out of there. But app 11. There's another one. Sidekick flagged FT. Good. Hold on. it's good. Sorry, the dogs are in a panic. It's thundering outside. So, JCI Johnson Controls. Let's take a look.
Okay. 36, let's put in the subscribe, green screen, and then we're gonna colorize it a little bit more. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Boom. Export file. Do. Next. Save. Hey, Hunter. Hey, Keel. Yeah, I think people like the background. Okay, let's go. And we're going to go to Canva. And let's do the thumbnail. I don't know how to. Let us. We're gonna look at. I like this one. Yeah. But we're going to break that background. And we're not going to have that. But we will get our download. We're going to take that out. Let's see. No. We're gonna. Okay. Let's remove the background. See what that does. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Now let's see. Oh, I like this one. We'll tilt it a little bit like this. And let's see. Shrink that down a little bit. There we go. I do have to come up with a background though. Let's go back to Nano Banana and we will pull up, remove the bull and person. Let's see if this works. Do. Wah. There we go. Okay. Copy. Paste. And we'll put this position to the back. There we go. And we're going to shrink this down a little bit. I like this one. Let's see. Crypto Soars. China deal. Fed rate cut. Oh, no. Let's undo. Mega cap earnings. There we go. Let's okay. Oh no. Maybe we'll just do this. Oh. Where's my little tilt thingy? There it is. And we'll put in uploads, folders, Trendspider. Oh, come on. Where did the uploads go? There it is. And seeking alpha. Put in this one. And we'll put in. Oh, thanks, vacation guy. Just read your comment. Images. Let's see. We're gonna put in. Apple. You know what? I want this down there. And we'll put this. There we go. Where's my uploads? There it is. It keeps going away. Google. Microsoft. Amazon. Meta. Do, do. Okay. Share. Download. That's the coolest freaking thing. I am definitely using Nano Banana more for my thumbnails. Select file, desktop, bull market. There we go. We're going to upload this. Downloads. See? Now, DJ, if you had journaled it, you'd know exactly, ooh, I bought it for here. Journaling's one of those things that I think is underrated. And it doesn't always have to be like an in-depth journal. It could be one line. Earnings. Okay. Let's go over here. No. Let's take this out. We're going to take that out. And huge. Okay. Episode summary. I need to get the summary. Okay. And copy. We're going to create, upload video. Desktop. I'm more excited about the thumbnail than I am anything. That thumbnail's awesome. Let's see. Market is open. Wow, Robinhood's up 5%. Let's see. Wow. 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 My Alpha Picks portfolio is up 1.23%, which is underperforming the NASDAQ. My main portfolio is up 2%. And that's with Apple up 1.2. When you log into your brokerage portfolio and you go, wow, it's a good day. It's a good day. Sora. My buddy. I ran an inflation adjusted Monte Carlo and I feel better. Everything. One thing everyone that has early retired with me is shocked about is how much more money Okay, I am out of here. It's 10 o'clock. I got to go upload this stuff and write the newsletter. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And I got to go vote. Okay. See ya. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. and fears.